For decades, the H-1B visa, it represented hope for millions of Indians, a pathway to global career, better salary, long-term stability, and eventually permanent residency in the US. Well, every year, thousands of Indian engineers, software developers, researchers, healthcare workers, students, everybody prepared their lives around that dream. Families invested their savings into education because America still represented opportunity. But now, a new Republican immigration proposal is creating deep anxiety among Indians already living in the US and those who are planning to move there in future. Well, the proposal called the Assimilation Act aims to fundamentally reshape large parts of American immigration system. And the changes being discussed, it could directly affect Indians more than almost any other immigrant group. Well, one of the biggest involves the H-1B visa system itself. The approval it seeks to reduce the annual H-1B cap to just 50,000. Yes, 50,000 visas. That is significant because Indians currently make up the overwhelming majority of H-1B recipients, specifically in America's technology sector, but the restrictions, it does not stop there. The proposal also wants employer hiring the H-1B workers to pay at least 200% of the local maiden wage. Supporters argue that this protects the American workers from wage competition. But critics warn that it could discourage companies from hiring foreign professionals entirely, specifically entry-level and mid-level employees. And then comes perhaps the most alarming part for the Indians that are already working in the US. The bill reportedly wants to limit the H-1B visas to a single 3-year term without any extensions or renewals. Now, think about what that means. Thousands of Indians currently remain in the US only because of repeated H-1B renewals, right, while waiting for their green card. Due to massive backlogs, many Indian professionals spend about 10 to 20 years waiting for permanent residency. Now, without extension, can you imagine? Many could suddenly face forced departure despite building their entire lives in America. Well, this particular proposal, it also targets the international students by attempting to eliminate OPT, Operational Practical Training, the same program that allows foreign graduates to work in the United States after completing their studies. And that, ladies and gentlemen, changes the financial equation completely because many Indian families spend crores of rupees on American education, believing that the students will eventually gain the US work experience through OPT and later they can transition into H-1B jobs. Now, without that particular bridge, the risk becomes much higher. Well, the bill also proposes stricter English language requirement for citizenship, tighter asylum policy, mandatory e-verify system, and that too nationwide, with tougher penalties for visa overstay. And if we see politically, then this particular proposal reveals something much bigger happening inside America. Immigration is no longer being discussed only as economics or workplace policy. It is becoming deeply emotional, ideological, and political. And Indians, they are increasingly finding themselves caught inside that larger geopolitical battle.